Today I want to talk to you about how technology can make a huge difference with your fundraising. I'm Brice Sokolowski, the founder of CatholicFundraiser.net, and speaking to you live from Arizona. And if you'll notice right up there is a really cool chapel called Chapel of the Holy Cross, and Catholic as well, right here in the heart of Arizona. But today what I want to talk to you about is technology. And the reason I want to talk to you about technology is because I've had a few conversations this week just about technology. Somebody asking me, hey, what do I do with crowdfunding? And that's a whole different conversation, just because it's not one of the core technologies that I think are going to really help your fundraising. And I also talked to someone about digital ads and how to get people and all that stuff. That's a whole other topic, just for the simple reason it's not going to make a bigger impact than really what the 10 technologies that I think you need to be using in your fundraising. Now, if you don't mind me, I've got my computer right here. I'm going to chat with you while I'm holding my selfie stick. I'm going to walk you through the 10 technologies that I think are really going to help you. And the reason I'm going to think they can help you is the number one reason why you should be using this is because it's all about visibility. Okay, fundraising is all about visibility for the simple reason there's the classic line, if I don't know you, I can't donate to you. And so the number one thing that you want to do with technology is to build awareness. You want people to simply know who you are and just simply, hey, I'm here, maybe you want to donate to me. So that's really the core element of fundraising with technologies. You want people to be visible to people. And the second reason why these 10 technologies that I'm going to walk you through, and by the way, they're completely free, all of them to use, is technology actually allows you to build relationships. That's correct. We used to think, well, you really can't meet anybody online. Well, if you're genuine, like Pope Benedict talks about being in the digital continent, being genuine with who you are and your mission, you can make a lot of relationships. Like personally, me, with just CatholicFundraiser.net, it's basically on the internet. But I've met some fantastic people, and I've traveled to places I would never have traveled before. For example, New Zealand, Detroit, California, Luxembourg. So all these places I would have never been to had it not been for the internet. So I'm going to walk you through 10 technologies that are going to really help you with your fundraising for the number one reason, it's all about visibility. So the number one technology that I think you should be using is something called Eventbrite. And now for the links, if you want to find out what these things are, just click the link right below in the description of this YouTube video, or if you're listening in the audio version, the link will be right below. Eventbrite is a fantastic software for any type of event that you're running. So Eventbrite is you want to be using that. The second technology that you want to be using is a thing called Sumo. Sumo, this is predominantly for WordPress sites, and I'm going to be talking about WordPress in a second. It really helps you track your stats, as they say. So it connects with Google Analytics. It does its own analytics, and this is really helpful for the simple reason you want to know how many people are visiting or meeting you or visiting your site. That's what I mean by meeting you. And if you think about a visit to a website, is very similar to someone walking into your house. It's very, very similar. So you really want to know how many people are walking to your house, and Sumo does that really, really well. And you can pick it up, download it, upload it quite quickly, and you're running within a few minutes. So that's number two. The third thing to do is something called Hootsuite. Hootsuite, all it does is it helps you do social media. I was speaking to earlier today a Catholic organization that wants to send 90 Facebook posts. Well, you don't want to have to just keep logging on subsequently to do 90 posts. And more than likely, if you're posting on Facebook, you might want to post on Twitter, you might want to post on LinkedIn. Well, Hootsuite actually helps you do all of this in one time. So what that simply means is you can plan and schedule all your posts at once for the next month. So check out Hootsuite. 4, I'm a huge fan of email. So with email, use MailChimp. MailChimp is free up to 2,000 contacts, and really use email to connect with people. Don't just think of it as a blast. Don't think of it as a newsletter. Think of it as your opportunity to connect with 100 people, 200, 1,000, 5,000. You can, it's one-on-one. Think of it as one-on-one, not I'm blasting people. And personally, I never use the word blast, so I highly recommend not using that word as well. 5, a lot of people ask about payments. How do I accept payments? Just use PayPal. Everybody knows PayPal. Everybody believes in PayPal. When they see PayPal, they think of it as trusted. It's free to use. Obviously, there's a transaction fee, you know, and there's a whole conversation. What's too much, a transaction fee, blah, blah, blah. It's like, for me, that's like 10th priority. Priority number 1 is finding people, connecting with them, building relationships, and getting them to donate. So once you get all of these things figured out, then you can worry about, okay, a 1 to 2% transaction fee and playing like who's got the cheapest. But PayPal is, everyone likes it, so use it. The next, number 6, Google Drive. If you don't have a Gmail account, I highly recommend using it for the simple reason you get Google Drive, Google Spreadsheets, Google Docs, Google Presentation, Google Calendar. There's so many things that, you know, Google is fantastic. Obviously, there are some questions about it as well, but I think for the most part, it's really good and it's free, and that's why I think you should be using it. So dive in and get a Gmail account. 7, there's a great software called Canva. I'm a huge fan. Every time I recommend this to Catholic organizations, they're like, wow, this has really helped. And what it does is it helps you to design leaflets, pamphlets, brochures. If you have, you know, a Facebook background, a Twitter background, a website background, any type of design, use Canva. It's completely free and it's absolutely amazing. Number 8, WordPress. So you have to have a website, and I'm a big believer you have to have a website. If you don't have a website, stop everything and actually do that right now and use WordPress. And I say WordPress is because the majority of websites use WordPress, so they're so good and it's so easy to use. That's why everybody's using it. So use WordPress. I know there are a lot of different options, but really just use WordPress because you've got other things to do than manage a website. So WordPress makes it super easy to actually manage it. Number 9, we're cruising down. Instagram. Get an Instagram account for the simple reason, I've always got simple reasons. The simple reason is it's the fastest growing social media platform. And a lot of Catholics are on. I've seen Catholics really grow quite quickly. Several thousand followers in a matter of months. It's unbelievable. So it's very easy to use. It's highly engageable, so people can really connect with your mission through photos, through videos, through text, all that stuff. So I highly recommend check out Instagram, dive in, and make it work for you. And the last, number 10, and again, this is all about visibility. You want to get a Facebook page. So try not to look at Facebook, you know, as the old way of, you know, personal Facebook. Old meaning like how you probably have been using it for the past few years, you know, to post about yourself and your family members, etc. Facebook is actually, Facebook pages is you want to create a page for your mission, and that way people can engage with your mission directly because everybody's on Facebook and you want to engage, you want to get their attention. So don't ask for donations. I just simply want you to be telling people the story about what you're doing with your mission. So this video is much longer than I wanted. God bless you. Any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll see you next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video on fundraising, make sure to subscribe. Right over there, it's going to be somewhere. Also, if you just enjoyed the scenic views of Catholicism in France, make sure to subscribe as well. And just follow me along on learning how to fundraise and seeing the beauty of Catholicism in the south of France. Cheers. Santé.